realizes that nature will not be able to heal his internal pain, the inner turmoil, the inner sadness is inbuilt. And no matter how beautiful nature is, it will not be able to heal him, to make him feel better, because that comes from inside. So that is the reason why the title of the poem is Dejection, because there is utter hopelessness, utter sadness, depression. Earlier, the poet confesses that he used to find natural beauty a way of healing his soul. But nowadays, that is not the case. He feels that no matter how beautiful, how exquisite nature is from outside, he is not being able to heal himself, to be the creative person that he used to be in the past. Now, then, interestingly, after that, he talks about how he wishes the lady, the one that he loves, to always have or retain that joy, because the joy that has been lost to him, the eternal joy, has the power to retain imagination, to retain creativity. The creativity and imagination or imaginative faculty that he has lost. He concludes the poem by praying that the lady in question continues to retain that power of imagination, that power of creating, as quote he says, new earth and new heaven, unquote, to retain that power, because he believes that imagination can be retained, imaginative faculty can be retained if you are joyful in life, if you lead a joyful life. So that is the conclusion. Now, as discussed earlier, the poem is about sadness, dejection. Now, where does this sadness come? This sadness comes from the realization by the poet that he can no longer create. He is such a heartbroken soul that he is unable to imagine and create beauty that he used to long time back. And situation gets worse, the condition worsens when he confesses that even the beauty of external nature cannot heal his inner turmoil. Even though the world outside is extremely beautiful, he is yet not happy, and that he feels is because he lacks joy, the joy that he wants the lady love to always retain. So that was the poem. Now let's come back to the structure of the poem. Now, the structure of the poem is heavily inspired by Immortality Ode of William Wordsworth. As discussed earlier, he was very close to William Wordsworth. Together they published the lyrical ballet in 1798. And that not only is it close to Immortality Ode, if you look at the structure, we will see that ode is a classical form. I already mentioned there is the Homeric ode and the Pindaric ode. Now here, this ode form, the classical form, is brought in together, put in together by with the folk tales. As we know, the ballet of Sir Patrick Spens, that is narrated in the first opening lines of the poem, is a folk tale. So the folk tale, the regional folk tale of Britain is blended with the classical ode, classical structure of the ode.